All right, and it's Monday and time to get motivated without limitation. Segilola, Mindscope. What are we doing today? Hello, Segilola.
Good afternoon, Olabisi. It's great to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We missed you last week, though.
True, I did too. Right, I explained to you.
Yes,
I lost a friend and a sister.
Yes.
And that was quite a painful one for me. It was very difficult to process the whole situation. So I thought it wise to be still and try to understand in my own little way how I can get over this. And fortunately, I remembered a particular insight from a book, Rick Warren, The Purpose-Driven Life. Yes, and that actually helped me out. Dear listener, today we are talking about, we are going to learn from a book, Think Big. And this book is written by Dr. Ben Carson. So today it's more about learning from books. Let me continue with what I was sharing concerning the particular incident that happened, lost a friend, and how did I come out of this, even though it was very difficult. So I remembered this insight from the book, The Purpose-Driven Life, written by Rick Warren. And what about it? It was just a particular paragraph there that launched me into peace. And that particular paragraph just explained, it says, the average lifespan of an individual, it's about 70 years. And do you know you can actually simplify that 70 years into number of days? In other words, life is short. If you get to live up to 70, good. If you live up to 100, well, you say you're fortunate. But you can break that down in the sense that 70 years, all you need to do to break it down into days, 70 times 365 days. And that gives you 25,550 days. And so if anybody gets to live up to 70 years, that's approximately 25,550 days. And yes, you get to live to 100 years. What that means is 100 years times multiplied by 365 gives you 36,500 days. So all in all, life is short. And so if you get to live whatever, what I'm just saying is really not about the length of time now. It is how you maximize the time you have right there. What are you doing with this precious time you're living? The prayer coming to me really is, may we allow God to teach us to number our days so we can apply our hearts to wisdom. So today, it's really a motivational one for me. And who inspired me concerning today's episode, it will amaze you, is actually my youngest son. This our homeschooling session. We're still on, and gladly, I must confess to you, it's a journey. I must say, I appreciate God for this privilege to travel it with my 3 boys. And one of the sessions, one of our activities is each of them is expected to read at least 2 books in a week. And after reading, they're going to make a they're going to do a presentation, concerning each book. So they're going to write down every lesson and make a presentation. If it comes out great, there is a reward for it. So it's a session that's been coming up, so full of, wisdom, the excitement and the joy of learning and sharing thoughts together. So the one for last week moved me. I must say, I was to ecstasy in the sense that my 13-year-old was able to draft some lessons down after reading the book by Dr. Ben Carson, Think Big. And that's the reason why I'm here. I thought it wise. I need to share this with my dear listener, and that is you, of course. So let's go on a short break, or we'll be right back.
that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Shout out to your mom and dad for making you. Staying in vision, they did a great job raising you. When I create, you're my muse. The kind of smile that makes the news. Can't nobody throw shade on your name in these streets. Triple threat, you a boss, you a bank, you a beast. You make it easy to choose. You got a mean touch, I can't refuse. No, I can't refuse it. Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen, cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Already passed, you don't need no approval. Good everywhere, don't worry about no refusal. Second to none, you got the upper hand now. Don't need a sponsor, no, you're the brand now. You're my rock, my Colorado. Got that ring, just like Toronto. Love you now, a little more tomorrow. That's how I feel. Act like you know that you are. Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen, cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
No cap, no pretending, you don't need mentions. Got them saying goals, they don't wanna be independent. Tell them to mind your business, we in our feelings. It's 50-50 percentage. Attention, we need commitment. We gotta both admit it. It's funny, we both listen. It's a blessing, cause we both get it. You the best thing, and I don't need a witness. I'ma find me a ring and pray it's perfect fitted. Perfect.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. I will. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen, cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions. That's all I've learned to do.
Wow, what a lovely song. Thank you very much, Olabisi Omidire, for that beautiful song by Justin Bieber, Intentions. And you're still listening to Mindscope on Echo 89.7 FM. I am Segilola, and I'm right here with Olabisi Omidire. And I'm still sharing with you the lessons my son gained from the book by Dr. Ben Carson, that's Think Big. And I would advise that you listen attentively. All right, let's start up. I have 10 lessons here, and the first one is reading is the way out of ignorance and the road to achievement. Let me repeat that for you. Reading is the way out of ignorance and the road to achievement. What are we saying? I need to break this down for us. Why do you do what you do? I love the song by Justin Bieber, Intentions. What are your intentions when you pick up a book? I want to drive this home to you because you need to realize something. Do you know that a book, especially one that has a great content, it can transform your life? It could actually contain solutions to some of the hard questions you have in your life. And that's why I want you to check your attitude towards books. And I also need to drive this home in the sense that, have you considered that reading a book is like eating a particular meal? And I know you're very wise in terms of you don't just eat anyhow. You don't just eat anything. You're very careful about what comes into your mouth. Why? Because if you eat anyhow, you can become sick. Your body can be sick. And that also applies to your mental state. What you read can make you healthy. It also has the power to destroy you. And so what I'm saying is you've got to be very careful what you put into your mind, what you feed your mind with. And so this particular book, Think Big, written by Dr. Ben Carson, states here categorically that, look, when you read, you are actually giving yourself an escape route out of poverty. Because when we talk about poverty of the mind, I tell you, is deadly. Is actually more deadly than coronavirus. A lot of people, they act out of ignorance. Why? Because they are not knowledgeable enough. What I'm saying to you is that one of the great things you can do before this year wraps up. 2021 is wrapping up. In a few weeks, we're saying bye-bye to 2021. One of the great things you can do this year is to sit down, evaluate what are the books you've read this year and how have you applied them to your very life? How have they solved problems for you? People say that knowledge is power, but the very enlightened ones know that applied knowledge is power. It is the knowledge you apply to yourself that actually becomes powerful. And so it is very expedient that you get to understand how do you live your life. In earlier we talked about you numbering your days to apply to wisdom. It is very, very important. Don't just feed on anything. Be sure that what you pick is something that can build you. Thank you very much. Reading is the way out of ignorance and the road to achievement. Yes, you can have personal goals. You can have goals all around. Yes, you want to be this, you want to become this, but you got to grow in knowledge. And it's not about the number of books now. I'm very, very careful about this. It's not about the numbers. It's about the value. It's about the impact the book or the books you're reading, what they are doing to you, what you are becoming out of them. So reading is the way out of ignorance and the road to achievement. I need to state this too about Ben Carson. But those of us who have read his books, you will understand that this is a man, of course he's a renowned neurosurgeon today. He's a successful and respected role model all over the world. But you must know that this man, he knew about hardship. His mother, Sonia Carson, she was an illiterate. And she had a broken marriage. But she made up her mind with the right attitude that she was going to give her best to train her two boys, Curtis and Ben. And she gave her very best. And one of the activities she actually she would I say enforced in a very tough way when she realized that Ben in particular was performing poorly in school was that she gave them an assignment. Within a week they must ensure they read at least two books, and of course they write a report. And do you know what came out of it? Ben wrote in this book, Think Big, that when he started going to the library to read, in addition to his homework and classwork, he realized that his spelling exercises improved. And in addition to that, anytime a class is going on, he had valuable contributions to make in class. Even as his classmates who thought he was so stupid at a particular point in time, when Ben started reading, he realized that he had much more to give out. And even the teachers, they started looking at him, wow, with astonishment. Ben, you're doing great. And so I'm saying all this to help motivate you and let you know that, look, reading has value. Maybe some of the problems, our major challenge or the root of our challenges, I would say in Africa, I'm not just looking at Nigeria, it's the way we actually, our mindset towards books. And then most of us have history not documented. Those are issues that can be traced to what we really value as a people, as a society? Is it materialism? Or are we inquisitive enough are we curious enough to understand, why does this thing work this way? What can we do? It will amaze you what I found out in the course of just going through Google. Let me just know what's happening. What are some of the inventions Africans have actually come up with over years? It will amaze you what I found out on Google. There were 10 inventions that actually originated from Africa and have changed the entire course of human history. Let me mention those 10 to you. 1, math. 2, art, writing, language, medicine, mining, architecture, and phones. Can you imagine? Much of these inventions actually they originated from Africa, but some other people picked it up. Possibly, we didn't have much documents, and most likely we didn't have things to build on. Of course, when there's no documentation, how can others come and build on it? So what I'm saying is there's so much you can gain when you read the right books. Scrutinize what is coming into your mind. Yeah, go for facts, listen to news, but in addition to that, reach out for inspiring books that can transform you. What I'm reading now, the book I'm reading personally, is the one on Mother Teresa. You know, that lovely woman. I must tell you, she is one woman who eloquently epitomizes gentleness, love, and compassion. And while am I reading it, I want our life to actually inspire me to do greater works. So let me run you through the other lessons. Number 2, lesson from the book, Think Big. Meanwhile, I need to let you know that Think Big is actually an acronym, sort of. Yeah. Each letter, the 8 letters, actually stand for something. The first letter T, stands for talent. The H stands for honesty. The I stands for insight. N stands for nice, be nice. K stands for knowledge. B stands for books. The next I stands for in-depth knowledge. And the G, can you guess? God. Those are necessary ingredients if you desire to have an enduring success. I'm not talking about just a superficial success now that's just based on materialism. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about success that would outlast you. And so you need God. That's the last letter. A lot of us believe, some people, let me put it that way to be safe. Some people believe that, yes, they're competent. Yes, they got what it takes in terms of the appearance. Yeah, very good. But there are some things you cannot control. You can't control. And that's where I tell you, you need God, because He's got a purpose for your life, and you got to seek Him out. A lot of times people believe they can behave anyhow, even though they are competent. I'm telling you, it does not work. If at all, if you get anything, it's not something that will be admirable. It won't outlast you. And so, don't give yourself that silly excuse. God understands. Do you understand God? Try to. Let me go to the other. So the second one is, do your best and leave the rest for God. The third lesson from the book, Think Big, by Dr. Ben Carson. Non-achievers in this world, they will put great effort into helping others fail. I want to repeat it. Non-achievers in this world will put great effort into helping others fail. Lesson 4, the 4th lesson. The best way to please yourself is to know you've done the best for yourself that you can do. Do the very best you can do today. Today is another opportunity. for you to make a mark, for you to be great, for you to inspire others. Okay, the fifth one, we're running out of time. Material things are not important. Listen, knowledge and hard work are the abilities to help you achieve material things. And so you can get to a point in time where you can lose those material things. But if you have the right mind, the knowledge, and you're hardworking, you can take those things back. Okay? The sixth one, associate with the people you want to be like. The seventh one, if you want to be successful in life, work for it. The eighth one, God cares about every area of your life, and God wants you to ask for help. The ninth one, choose your friends. And the 10th one, if you have knowledge, nobody can take it away from you. Olabisi. True. Okay. So, dear listener, that's the much we can take today on Mindscope. I know that these words have come to you and will inspire some things inside of you. You can reach out to me on 0803 261 0294 in case you want to share or you have further comments or questions. I would be very glad to receive such. So God bless you and have a great week. I am Segilola.